People out here, they poke fun at me because I have no problem whooping a man's ass if I have to. A couple have questioned. They're like, well, like, for real, are you a man? And I'm like, no. I said, what the f?
Oh God, the people here are fake, and I fell for all of it. I did.
A lot of people walk by and look at the people on the streets, and they don't even have a clue what we think or what we feel, because we're just like litter to them. I've experienced that a lot.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're back in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, and we're here with B, Queen B.
Yes.
Is that what you go by?
Yes.
All right, Queen B. Where are you from originally?
From back and forth, Miami and Orlando, Florida.
Yeah. What are you doing in Vegas?
Oh, I'm here just here. I was kind of like came with someone and they had dropped me off like luggage, but I actually stayed here because I had a purpose and I found my purpose, and as quick as I found it, I kind of lost it, but I'll get it.
Well, I want to hear your whole story, but before we begin, do we have permission to use this video online?
Yes.
All right, thank you so much, B. So now explain to me who dropped you off here.
Well, I was in a 7-year relationship and I fell in love with someone, but it wasn't exactly the right person to fall for, because they were perfect in every way, but sometimes things that people do for fun could really interfere with their mind and their thoughts, and they became another person. And so when I came out here with him, he ended up getting in a little trouble, got arrested, and had to do a lot of months. And for the first time I was out here, I never left Florida, so I didn't know where I was going, or I didn't know anybody here. And he had to go, my only person I knew had to go to jail for some months, and so I had to do it by myself. And then when he got out, he left.
Oh, so you're alone out here, huh?
Yes.
But you do have a new boyfriend?
Yes.
How's he treat you?
He is wonderful. He's amazing. He's probably the best thing I've ever came across in my entire life.
Okay, we're gonna go back to him in a minute. I met you at the Aztec, which is like this little tiny casino.
Where I never go, but
I know, I saw her there. I go there because they have really good food. They have really good Thai food. It's authentic.
I do?
Yeah, the guy that cooks is from Thailand. It's really good. You know, people that watch this channel know that I love food. What's your favorite food?
Oh, everything but spicy. But everything.
Spicy.
I'm a fat ass.
What do you feel like eating after this? There's so many restaurants around here.
Oh, after this, something fulfilling like pasta or potatoes or something.
Okay, you like
something heavy.
Speaking of pasta, are you Italiano?
Yes, Sicilian.
Are you?
Yes.
Where's your family live? Back in the day.
My mom passed away, but they're all from up north, Pennsylvania, and they kind of went down to Florida, and then that's where I came out.
Tell me about Florida. What was it like growing up in Florida?
It was really nice. I always used to stomp around and say, I hate this place. I want to get out of here. But when I finally got out of there, now I miss it. And,
you miss Florida?
And also I got my kids over there and my sister.
Remind us how many kids you have?
I have a marvelous 8.
8 kids, bigger than the Brady Bunch. And
yes.
So 8 children from how many fathers?
3.
Do you remember all their birthdays?
Oh yes. Yeah, I love them to death. Actually, they have been by my side ever since birth, all the way up to just recently, and it was here because of the husband that left me here. He had something in the car that shouldn't have been there, and yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
And so that's what happened there. And it was just for a little bit amount of time, and I guess I went through a whole depression thing to where I kind of like fumbled more downhill and kind of like dug myself in a deeper hole than I was already in. But I'm hopefully going to get out of that very soon and become everything I was supposed to be.
Now, you were telling me earlier that you've never worked the streets?
Never.
Not one day?
Nope.
You've been tempted before?
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, because of my situation, like being homeless and everything, there's times that you're so hungry or so thirsty and you're dehydrated. It's 115 degrees out here, and you're like, forget it, you know what? If these girls can do it, so can I. But as soon as you start walking around and then you see some like real creepy person pull up and they're like, hey, you want to get in the car? And you're like, oh, I could starve in like another week, like, like, and then you just keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Yeah.
When I approached you, did you think I was a trick?
No,
Okay.
you're actually very sweet, and it's very refreshing because I'm used to like, I've heard the unthinkable. Like I've heard like people just straight up like, hey, like, can you do this? And it's like, what? It's like.
Have you ever been assaulted out here on the streets?
Oh no, actually I'm the assaulter. People out here, they poke fun at me. They call me tranny and everything because I have no problem whooping a man's ass if I have to. But that's only of the essence. Like I don't go and I beat people for fun or anything. But like if they're gonna grab me and try to force me or swindle me into doing something I don't want to do, then yeah, I'll open a can real quick.
What did you say? They call you a tranny?
Yes, they'll be like, "Are you?" A couple have questioned. They're like, "Well, like for real? Are you a man?" And I'm like, "No." I said, "What the f?" And they're like, "Well, you fight like a dude." And my boyfriend, he's GD, so he even went to one of my really close friends that he's like a father figure to me. He's an older, and he went to him and he said, like, don't tell her this, but I think she's more gangster than I am. Oh. And he's like, I'm the one that's in a gang. She's not. And he's like, she's more gangster than me.
You said GD? What is?
Yes.
I know what it is, but can you explain what?
Gangster's disciple.
And they come from Chicago?
Yes.
And he's from Chicago?
Yes.
Is he active?
Like what?
I mean, is he still involved in a gang? Or?
Oh, yeah, involved, but not like he's not, you know, on the streets every day with him and everything, but he's, you know.
Let me ask you this. You're an attractive young lady. You got your head on your shoulders. You have a lot to offer. You're honest. Why choose a gangbanger on the streets? Just curious.
I have a very particular, I don't know, it's something with me. I have a very particular guy. And so I found that it's more than difficult. It's almost impossible to find exactly what I want. I wanted like that rugged, like rough around the edges, like thug street bully, but at the same time I want him to come home and snuggle with me and be like loving and all over me and everything. And I'm like, where are you gonna find that? I'm like, yeah. That's nowhere to be found.
That's rare, and he's most likely gonna cheat on you and go to jail and cheat on you in jail probably. Speaking of cheating on you in jail.
But I found all that in flow.
All right, now you shared this with me earlier, B. You said that you were diagnosed as autistic?
Yes. I'm autistic, and then I have
nothing wrong with that.
I have some like mental things like schizophrenia and everything, but it doesn't really get in the way of anything. Like I think some people give it a bad name, like when they see someone acting up and they're like, that person's schizophrenic. So as soon as they hear you say schizophrenia, they're like, oh no, she's gonna be like rolling around and like ripping things up and tearing them. Like no, it's like I guess that's just certain.
So listen, B, when were you diagnosed schizophrenic?
This was last year. It was like and it all hit me like hard because it's been going on for a while. It's something that you sit there, like even growing up as a kid, my parents and my mom, they looked at me like, okay, well she's not. Like she goes to the playground and she takes 2 toys with her and she goes under. Like most kids are on the monkey bars, on the swings. I will go under the entire a playground set and just play with my 2 little toys all by myself.
You were doing like, when you were a little girl.
Yeah, and that was fun for me. I was having a blast.
By yourself.
But I would just go there with my Barbies and that was it. Like I was all by myself and that was fine for me. And then also there came a time where my mom thought me and a little girl was playing around with each other in the pool until she seen me punch her in the face and drop her real quick, and she was like, whoa, like where the f did she learn this from?
You've been dropping people since you were a little kid then, huh?
Yeah, because I don't take any shit. I don't like people that bully people or make fun of anybody. Like anybody on the street here can tell you that the crazy of the crazies will look for me, and a lot of people look and they're like, oh, like, you know a lot of people, you must be a hoe or something. But no, they just feel more comfortable with me because I treat them like a person. They'll sit next to me and talk to me for hours about they were born on Pluto. And I'll sit there and be like, for real? Like, I think I was on Mercury or something. Like, I don't know, maybe the sun. I was born there. And they'll be like, yeah? And I treat them as if, like, I don't look at them like, oh, like, what the hell did you say? Like, I don't look at them like as if they ask a stupid question or any kind of different way.
Okay, so did you graduate high school?
Yes, I did.
What kind of grades were you getting?
I had an incident happen to where I went from A's and B's and dropped down to F's, but I had a very beautiful, wonderful counselor, Miss Jackson.
Shout out to Miss Jackson.
Yes, shout out to Miss Jackson. She saved me.
I am for real.
Yes. And so she came and brought me in her office, and this was the first teacher that it wasn't like okay, this is what you got to do. No, she sat me down and told me straight up, what the fuck are you doing? And I, whoa, I was like, what?
Like that?
I was like, well, yeah, I was like, what? And she goes, no. She goes, how are you A's and B's and go to F's? And then now that it's crunch time and you gotta walk across the stage, what are you doing? She goes, most kids are like stressing over the tests and everything. You're just going by like, heh. And then I told her, I was like, you know, I had some shit happening, and I was living in a house. My father got custody of me, and that upset me because my mom was my best friend, my everything, and everything was just depressing me. And she was basically telling me to put that aside, and she was like, and then my dad was telling me, oh, you'll never be anything, and you'll never graduate. And so she kind of pushed me up to tell me that, you know, forget him, like him. She goes, you want to make him mad? She goes, walk across that stage. And sure enough, I brought my grades up, and I actually did my FCATs with no vision, because the day before the FCATs, I scratched.
What's the FCATs?
The FCATs is a major test that you take before, and depending on the grade on that test is if you graduate or not. So and that was real big. And the day before the test, and she said, if you don't get above C's on these FCATs, she goes, I can't let you walk. And I said, oh my God, because to bring my grades up, it was like last minute, just in time. And so, somebody was passing a magazine on a bus and sliced my eye with the magazine. So I had no vision. So I did the whole FCAT blinking because my eyes were burning, but blinking. And she called me in her office, and I was scared, and she goes, you fucking passed. She goes, you're walking the stage. And
She actually said the F word?
Yes, she did, and I'm glad she did, because she even told me, she goes, some of my students I have to talk to like this. I got to talk to you straight, because if I sit here and say, what are you doing, and everything, like, and which is real, like, with me, you got to sit me down, like, that's how my sister talks to me. Hello, Nicole.
Were you raised with both parents?
No. It was just my mom all the time. My dad, he worked a lot, and he was in and out of the house, but when a divorce came between them when I was 7, it finalized when I was 8, and he wasn't there until he got custody of me. But even when I was at his house, I was with his new wife. So he was barely there.
So, was there any abuse in the home growing up?
Not really. There was more like, well, verbal, and my mom just, you know, she stayed with him because that's how she was raised. That you have kids with this man, like, you just deal with it and you pull through. But there's sometimes that you shouldn't pull through. Like, if someone's calling out your name or disrespecting you or putting their hands on you, you shouldn't have to pull through that. You should go. And she never did. So, which means now that I'm at that stage of life, I run away. I run away from everything that that looks like suspicious. Like, if I feel like he's gonna hit me or disrespect me in any way, I just run away. I just pack my stuff and I go, and I just never return.
Did you suffer from any learning disabilities when you were in school? Did you get diagnosed with a specific learning disability?
Well, no, that's the thing. Everything that I was diagnosed with was just last year.
Oh, so you were never diagnosed in school?
Nope. Like it was just weird because even the teachers would say the hard stuff, like real difficult stuff, she got, and she'll look at other students like, how do you guys not get this? But little simple things and stuff, I'll sit there like, what? How do you do this? And she'll be like, huh? Like this is backwards.
Okay. So did you say earlier that you're a sex addict?
Yeah, somewhat.
Are you? Okay. Does that make you promiscuous, or is that with one person?
With one person, but multiple ways, many ways, and always with one person.
Okay. So you've never been assaulted out here?
No, I mean, people have tried, but they haven't succeeded.
Yeah. Are they aggressive with you on the streets?
Some are, yeah, and it's mainly men. It's weird, like.
You ever had a woman hit on you?
They hate from distances. They're like that, but they're smart though. That just shows that they're like, you know what? I hate this bitch, and I'm gonna let her know. But I'm gonna let her know far enough to where I can run to safety. And I don't know, but they have no reason to. I've asked one once. I said, why do you dislike? She's like, you know what? That's what pisses me off. She goes, I really don't know why. She goes, but I just don't like you. But I have to love you because when you come around, like it's everybody's happy. She's like, so I have to love you, but I don't even know why I don't like you. And I'm like, okay, I'll accept that.
Now, when did you start getting into drugs?
17.
17. Okay. Who introduced you to it?
One of my best friends, but it was kind of like it was not that she made me do it or anything. It's that she had an older boyfriend that she said, hey, look, he got this, and I was like, what? And I was having a bad day that day, and I was like, you know what? Let me try that. Like, it did exactly what I wanted it to do and what I was hoping for. Like, because I was going through a lot and I couldn't. This was around that graduation time to where I was like, everything's piling on me. I don't know how to get rid of it. I don't know how to help it because I didn't know about all my disabilities yet. So I'm thinking that I'm normal, and why do normal people feel like this and they can't shake it? And I wasn't realizing that I had depression and everything. But when she had that stuff, I tried it, and it just made me numb to where. Even when my dad would come to me and start screaming at me or start putting me down or something, I would just look at him straight in his eye, like, okay, are you done? Like, and it was pissing him off, like, she's not hurt, she's not upset. Like, it was pissing him off, and I guess I liked that a little too much that he couldn't really get to me.
Did you ever stop, or have you continued to the age of 38?
I continued.
You haven't stopped once?
No, there was episodes like when I was pregnant with my kids and stuff like that. Like, I'm able to, which is weird. I'm not an addict, but at the same time, like it's just there. But it's not something that I feel like every day, all day, or hey, you know, I got this chain that my grandmother that died gave me. I got a pawn. Like, it's nothing like that. It's sort of like. When friends come around, they're like, yo, I got shit. And I'm like, okay. Like, so.
What do you use?
Meth.
Okay. What about the Fetty?
But
you ever
not.
get the Fetty?
Oh, no. Hell no. We don't go down that route. That is killing a lot of beautiful people. And it upsets me because I've met the most beautifulest people in the world. And they're here today and gone tomorrow. And it really sucks.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
You're a beautiful person inside and out.
Thank you.
Do you plan on quitting one day?
Yeah, I've talked about it, and it's scary because I'm scared of change.
What scares you about sobriety? When sobriety is mentioned to you by a loved one, what feelings go through your mind? What thoughts go through your mind?
I'm scared that because when I do get depressed, I don't know what clicks in my mind, but something clicks in my mind that, you know what, like, if you're so depressed, you shouldn't be here. And I will go through with it. Like, I will go through with suicide.
Have you attempted it?
Yeah, I've actually just a few weeks ago, I attempted, and I went fully through with it. But I had a really good friend of mine that he got this feeling in him, and he told one of his friends, he goes, do me a favor. He goes, because he didn't want to walk in on anything. So he was like, do me a favor. He goes, B is over here. Just ask her if she wants a soda from the gas station or something. He goes, I don't know, I'm getting this weird feeling. And he goes, okay. So he goes over there and he's like, yo, B, you want something to drink from the gas station? And he said, when he moved me, I was lifeless. And he said he started screaming for him to come over, and he goes, she's not breathing or moving. And he goes, I fucking knew it. And he came in. He rescued me. I didn't know he had that kind of shit in his book bag. Like, he's the street bully, but he had stuff to save a life in his book bag, and he saved my life.
Do you know what to do if you get those feelings again?
That's why I try to avoid. I wasn't high that night, so that's why I was like, you know what, it. But
you can call me if you ever feel that way, okay?
Thank you.
And do you know where to go for help in Nevada?
Well, the help that I was looking for is they give a free ride back home. So I was thinking of doing that, but I need to go with the flow. So my boyfriend's name is Flo. So I need to see what I'm gonna do there, if he's gonna be able to hop on that bus with me, or if I'm gonna have to give him some time, because I know I gotta be there, but I can't leave him behind.
You gotta go back to Florida, huh?
Yeah.
You can leave Flo behind. I think you got other things to worry about right now.
I know.
Have you ever had a paying job all these years?
Oh yes, I'm actually. A lot of people don't know this because I guess I don't know what they see different in me, but they look at me as if like maybe I get stuff just given to me, which no, I work for everything, like everything, and I work in the right ways. Like there's times that I've dressed just like this, and I'll sit at a grocery store and I'll look for like construction workers getting in their car, and I'll be like, hey, excuse me, what do you do? And they'll be like, well, we're painting right now. Like, and I'll say, hey, I know how to paint, I know how to drywall, I know how to tile. My dad was a handyman, and I went to work with him a few times, and I just watched him. I'm very observative. Like, if I watch somebody do something, I'll know how to do it within the next hour. It could be anything. So I told them everything I knew how to do, and they're looking at me like, no. And as soon as they say, well, you know, she's fun to look at while we're working. But then when they see me work, they're like, wow, you really know what you're doing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not kidding you. Like, why would I say that and then come and up the house?
If someone wanted to help you or support you, do you have an email you can share with us?
Yes, I do. I just made it. I'm trying to think of it. It's on my phone. It's Queen Bee Flow. Oh, wait. I misspelled it, and they allowed me to do that.
Go ahead.
It's QUEEBEEFLOW@gmail.com.
All right, Queen Bee, what was your dreams as a little girl? What did you want to become?
As a little girl, I actually did become what I wanted to be. I wanted to become a cosmetologist. Like, I love doing hair. I love, but I'm like full of love. I'm all heart. So even as a younger girl, I like to take a woman that says, oh, you know, I wish I could do this, or I wish I can have that kind of man. And I want to show them that, yeah, you can. Like, it doesn't matter how you look or anything, because everything can be altered, like no matter what, you know, whatever makes you happy. So if you say that I can't have that man because I don't, you know, they're feeling down in their looks, I'll show them exactly what kind of makeup, what color, and that'll go with their face structure and everything, and what hair color, and do their hair, do a haircut, and they'll have exactly what they wanted. And they didn't think that it was possible, but it is.
Thank you so much. You have a lot of passion for it.
Yes, and I actually have 3 licenses.
What license is that?
For hair, skin, and nails. I can run a whole day spa if I wanted to, but I like to work independently and be my own boss, because I don't like people bossing me around.
What's your most cherished memory in life?
My most cherished memory was giving birth to my beautiful kids. Oh my God, I got the most beautiful, wonderful kids in the entire world.
Where are they?
They're in Florida, Orlando, with my sister.
That's why you want to go back, okay.
Yeah. And then I got one in Tampa, Florida, and that's the 8th one, where her mother took off at birth, and then her father didn't have the mental abilities to be able to care for her by herself, so she went with grandma, and that was my ex-fiance who got shot and killed in front of me. One proposing to me. So.
Well, you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about
that's
that.
why, and at his candlelight, she came to me and said, could you please be my mom, since I don't have a mom or a dad now? And I said, yes, I will. So now instead of 7, I have 8 kids, but 7 came out of me.
That's amazing. I'm so sorry about that. You want to get some counseling for all this once you settle down?
No.
You're gonna need it.
I'm not really good at talking to people or talking to strangers. I gotta like,
Well, you're doing
like
great right now.
if I could pick my counselor, that would be great. But like for me to walk in the office and be like,
Well, you're doing great right now. How does this feel talking to me?
really good. Like I like personal counselors. Like I like to walk up to somebody and get that feel like I could tell them anything and open up to them, and they don't look at me any certain way. They don't judge me. They just want to have fun, and they just tell me, ideas of what would be a better route to take a situation that I'm having.
Oh, this is
like a private.
Oh, it is? Oh, my bad. So like over here somewhere, take a picture. Is it okay over here in the parking lot?
Yeah, just not on somebody else.
Oh yeah, I apologize, bro. I do have to thank you for being so patient. We're getting kicked out of everywhere left and right.
I know.
So
Welcome to Vegas.
Last few questions for you. If a child is going through pain and being abused or molested, how would you suggest they reach out for help?
Go to an adult, a best friend. Go anybody. Reach out as soon as possible.
What if they're being peer pressured to do drugs or alcohol?
Beat that friend to a pulp and run away. Don't do any drugs, because even though they might fix a bunch, they mess up more. Like it'll fix a couple things, but it'll mess up everything.
What is drugs taking away from you?
Drugs have taken beautiful people away. They've taken family members away. They've taken and it's always beautiful people that they're sad at the moment. But anything that you're sad about at the moment, just think about it. That's just one problem. You do drugs and it brings a million more on top of that one.
Hey, thank you so much. How about some lighter questions?
Yes.
What's your favorite food?
Oh, everything. But
Color.
I love Italian food and I love hamburgers. I like barbecues, ribs. My mouth is like, I'm like.
What do you feel like eating right now?
Ribs don't sound bad.
Ribs, okay. How about your favorite color?
Hot pink.
Why is that?
I just love it. It's so bright and happy, and when I see like hot pink clothes or a hot pink car or anything, I'm like, I get excited. Like I could be in the worst mood and be like, hot pink. And
what's your favorite animal?
A favorite animal? I love all animals, but since I'm a dog walker, I love dogs.
You're a dog walker?
Yes.
What kind of business do you want when you get cleaned up and have a stable home? What would you like to do?
I want a mobile nail and hair. I'm trying to get together right now. I got to get off the street first, because there's been attempts where I've had nail kits, I've had the machine and everything, and a day or two, someone comes along and steals it. It could be a man. A man will steal it from me. Like, it doesn't even matter. So I'm just waiting till I get settled in a spot to where I have a key to my door, to where I can put my stuff there and nobody can take it from me.
Your parents still alive?
My mom passed away. My dad he's alive.
I'm sorry about your mom. Were you close to your mom?
Yes, very. She was my best friend, my everything. And I feel like she was the one had the whip on me that she was, you better not walk, even at 24 years old, you better not walk in this door past 10. And I was there 9:55 because, but now it's just, I'm kind of reckless, but at the same time, I got a little under control, and I've had some discipline. I learned from my mistakes. It takes me one time to be like, whoa, no, except for love. Love, I don't know why, but it's one morning I said, you know what, I'm not going to date no more men. 1 hour later, what's your number? Hi, here it's 702. Yeah.
Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 2 sisters and a brother. They're all older than me. I'm the baby.
They still talk to you?
My sister that has my kids, she does, and she's been my rock since my mom passed away.
Yeah, just make sure that your child or children don't go into the system out there in Florida, especially. I just watched a documentary on some poor mom that committed suicide because of the CPS service over there. They really treated her bad, but not knocking on Florida. Florida has a lot of great attributes, a lot of good other great programs over there, but the child welfare services there is scary. Yeah. So make sure your kids don't get in the system out there.
They got a beautiful aunt, my sister Nicole. She's more than I can ask for right now.
Oh, what a blessing. What's your message to her?
I love you, and I'm coming home soon. I'm sorry. I fell in love, and then also I fell into.
You fell in love.
I fell in love with just getting used to stuff that I shouldn't even have been introduced to, but I was, and that's life, and I gotta learn and get over it, and I'll be home soon.
And you have your little nail business, hopefully.
Yes, I want it to be mobily because I want to help like mothers, because I understand. You go to the nail salon with your kids, they got both of your hands in the solution, and then they're like, oh, your kid can't play on the chairs. It's like, what do you want me to do? Like, you got both of my hands, like, and just looking over saying, get out of there. Yes, as a parent, that's not going to work.
All right, thank you so much for this interview, B.
You're welcome.
Queen B. You have any questions for me?
No, but I enjoyed this time. This is so much fun.
It was. How do you feel? You feel good?
Yes, feels very good.
All right. I wish you the best, and hopefully we can do an update on you.
Yes.
Maybe I'll come visit in Florida one day.
Yes.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. We're back in beautiful Sin City, and we're here with Kelly. How you doing, Kelly?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. I just met Kelly here on Boulder Highway. Do you live around here?
I live on the side of the road.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been homeless?
Beginning mid-pandemic.
Oh, okay, okay. And then you had a place to stay in Vegas before?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you from originally?
Long Island.
When did you come out here?
When I was 20.
Oh, so you're what now? 55?
55.
Oh, you've been here a while, huh?
Yeah.
Why'd you come out here in the beginning?
My dad said that it was the biggest growing city in the country, and he lived out here. And I was actually trying to get away from like organized crime. The guy that I was with, my son's father. Was,
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we get into your story, do you give us permission to use this video on our YouTube channel?
Yeah.
All right, let's take it back to Long Island. How was life over there?
Well, I moved from Long Island. Before I moved here, I moved upstate.
Okay. No, I'm talking about like your early childhood, like from, I don't know, elementary to high school. Where'd you live?
I lived in Massac Beach, and I went to William Floyd High School.
Which one?
William Floyd?
Anyone famous come from that high school?
I don't know. I don't know.
You should look it up, because every high school has someone famous.
Really?
What kind of student were you in high school?
I was a good student. I was on the varsity gymnastics team.
Yeah.
I was in the bands. I was on the merit roll.
You're an honor roll?
Merit.
Merit roll.
AB,
Yeah.
and then last year I just wasn't doing very well because I didn't go. I was cutting out of school a lot.
So you were a great student, and then what'd you do after high school? Did you graduate?
No, I didn't graduate.
Okay.
I was given the opportunity to quit because I wasn't going to school, because I was cutting out and I was smoking weed all the time.
Okay.
And then I went. My mother said that I liked putting makeup on, and because I was going to the beach, and she said, "You're not gonna stay, sit around here." She says, "You're gonna go. You like putting makeup on?" She put me in Wilford Academy, cosmetology school.
Okay, so you finished cosmetology school?
No, I didn't. No, I was doing great. I loved it. I was in school with some, they were practically famous. Yeah. This girl I went to school, I was going to school with, she was Greek. She had beautiful hair, from porch up. Her hair was like this with curls. And she went out with John Waite one time.
With who?
John Waite. He's a pop singer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And and then I wound up partying a lot, and my mother threw me out for crossing the property line after curfew, which was 10 o'clock, which was because she let my boyfriend move in the back apartment, because my brothers were all with my father, and my father, he lives in California, and I knew that, and he was a senior, I was a freshman. He was the guy that I lost my virginity with. He was the only guy I ever slept with in high school, although I was deemed a slut because one of the football players I thought he was really cute, and I used to sing these cheers. We had to watch him because of the gymnastics school. Yeah. I mean, because the coach for the gymnastics was going out with the coach for the football, and we had the worst in the league or in the whatever. Yeah. So we had to go support them at their games, and they had to support us. Okay. And then one day, it was I was sick. I was really sick. I was going, like I said, these private schools. I was on the varsity team when I was in elementary school. Okay. Oh, excuse me, junior high school. which I didn't think about at the time. That's actually illegal, but anyway. The teacher that got me to go to private school went to my house. I was so embarrassed. And he told my mother that I had talent and my mother invested in me. And anyway, I was really sick, and it was a really important school we were competing against, and it was difficult. And they were like, "You gotta do this. You gotta do this," because they were counting on me. And I did what I had to do, but I had broke out in hives and stuff, and I was so embarrassed because the football player was there, and he said, came and said hi to me, and my mother and her boyfriend were there. And then when I went home, I stayed home for a week, and he came over. I was like, oh my God, I was so embarrassed because I had no makeup on. And I was just like, I was embarrassed in my home too, and my brothers and their friends. And he said, he went to try to kiss me, and I was like, I kissed him, and he went like a little further. And then I was like, I'm sorry, I'm a virgin, and I want to keep my virginity till I get married. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he left.
Yeah.
And that was it.
And then he started rumors.
I didn't even know that he was going out with a girl for like 5 years, and she was like the badass girl on the hockey team or whatever the field. And when I went to school, back to school, everywhere in the school it said I was a slut. It was all vandalized, and it was so.
That traumatized you, huh?
Yeah, my mother was gonna take me out of the school and shit, but I wound up getting in a fight with the girl right in front of everybody.
Man, so you did good in school, so you didn't have a learning disability or anything like that, or you didn't struggle with anything? Did you struggle with depression or anything like that?
I was molested.
You were molested at what age?
As far back as I can remember.
Really? Who was it?
My brothers. It was never penetration, but it was just, And then my brother, my one real brother, I'm the only one alive out of 7 now.
Okay.
I had 5 brothers and a sister. My one brother died when I was 2, and it's because my father accidentally killed him, and no investigation or anything. How? He was drunk, and he beat my mom, supposedly. I don't have no memories of it. They all do.
Yeah.
And he beat her, and he used to have girlfriends, and he used to, I can't even believe they were together. I cannot, because my mother is so completely the opposite of him. When I did finally meet him, I found it hard to believe that they were ever together. And I guess my brother was a deaf mute that was slow.
Okay.
He had 1 kidney, and my father said, keep messing with that dog, you're gonna get it. And he kicked him in 1 kidney he had, and he took him to the hospital.
He kicked him?
And then 1 kidney that he had.
Wow.
And it took him to the hospital, and it was in 1969. They didn't really look into
Investigate.
it. And he died, yeah. And I was, so when I met, and all I was ever told my whole life was that my father was the lowest piece of shit ever walked the face of the earth, and this and that. And after a while, I started getting like, God, and I started seeing things about my mom. My mom she did everything for her kids. She was always working. She just wasn't there. And she didn't really want, come to find out, she didn't really want, all my other siblings were planned, but she didn't plan me. She didn't tell me until I was 39 that I was a result of a rape.
What?
I was a result of my father raped her. And back then, I guess she just had to have you. And it kind of made sense why she never really told me that she loved me. And so, after I had a son.
Do you want a napkin?
No.
Or tissue? No?
No.
I'm so sorry.
But my mom died just recently.
Recently?
Not this past July, but the July before. It's recent.
So you were close to her up until?
Well, I heard that she was staying with, and she listened to my one brother. We're the 2 bastards by my father.
Yeah.
The other ones were all hers from her husband, and she was the black sheep because she was divorced, and nobody ever divorced in the families. She was born in 1930.
Italians?
No,
Okay.
no, we were surrounded by them. we were Irish and German.
Okay.
And what do you call it? So she was the black sheep because of that, and everything was a secret. And my mother kept everything as a secret. She didn't even tell me my sister died. My sister was like my mother, and she died when I was 9. And I just remembered all my relatives coming over, and I was wondering, why is everybody crying? And some voice inside of me said, "Where's Kathy?" And when I asked her that, she said Kathy was with the angels. She just got choked up, and that was the length of the talk.
Well, all your siblings passed away?
Yeah.
Every one of them. Oh my. Natural causes, or were they?
My sister died of cystic fibrosis.
Oh.
She knew she was sick, but she didn't know she had fatal, like she wasn't going to live past 20. We shared a bedroom, and that was devastating to me. I remember she took me to the hospital, I guess, and I always used to think that it was my fault because she used to cough a lot, and we had a vaporizer in the room because of her sickness. And she always had to eat lamb chops, and sometimes we'd be eating hot dogs, and she'd be mad that she was eating lamb chops.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it was so much better. But anyway, my mother just took me to the hospital. When she took me there, my sister was I remember my sister saying, "Why did you bring her here?" And I never could really understand. I never had really anyone to talk to. I started getting a lot of information from my crippled brother. He was deformed, and he was in a wheelchair. He was the only graduate out of 7. He was the only one that graduated. And the reason why I think he graduated is because they picked him up and put him in a truck and drove him there. And anyway, I found a friend on my own besides my best friend Inez, Jerry Lynn. And she lived, there was our house across from it was an empty woods. And then there was houses all the way up to the end, which was the water. And through the woods there were paths, and then through the paths was Jerry Lynn's house. And Jerry Lynn come from a good family that mother and father were together, and they were young, and mother was a bus driver, she was PTA, the father was a coach for the baseball, and in their backyard was a baseball diamond. She had 2 brothers, and everybody was playing baseball, and I hate baseball, and I softball. Because I never learned how to throw. I still can't throw for shit. I'd be afraid of the ball if it was.
Yeah.
And then Jerry Lynn wound up where she had to be on the same team as me, so she always had to be on messed up teams because I wasn't that good. And my mother offered her money, and I mean everybody else would say your mother loves you. My mother wouldn't say anything. But it wasn't until after I had the last 2 babies I couldn't take birth control. I was allergic to it. I've been pregnant a lot, and
How many kids do you have?
I have had 4, but I've only raised 2.
Oh, okay.
The other 2 are adopted.
So what kind of drugs do you currently use?
I use weed and meth.
Meth. And then when did you start using drugs?
When I was 13.
13?
I smoked weed.
Yeah, what about the
It was
hard
just
drugs?
weed for the longest.
You think
15.
15?
I started doing coke.
You think weed is a gateway drug?
Yeah.
Is it to other drugs? And you started at 15. What was the reason for using it at such an early age?
Everybody in my house, all my brothers, that's all they did. They got high and they drank.
Were you neglected a lot growing up?
Yeah, but absolutely. But my mother wasn't there, that's why.
Were you ever in the system? Did you ever go to foster care or anything like that?
Nope. But they were gonna, my friend's mother was gonna have them look into it.
Yeah.
But I stopped her because I told her that if she did that, I was protecting my mother, I thought, because my mother couldn't handle a lot of stuff. And I knew that would really hurt her. And so I said that if she did that, I was going to have to tell them about her father, my friend's grandfather, who had tried to molest me. And then nothing happened.
Okay. So you said you've been a working girl before. How long have you been doing that?
I've just really been doing it to survive, really.
Yeah. When did you start?
I've done some tricks when I was smoking crack, and I had a house, and I was with this guy, and it was just Never enough, never enough. That was almost seemingly like the worst. And I was on methadone.
Okay.
I did some tricks then for a little bit. I was never like, I never had my heart in it.
Oh, okay.
I never, because I just didn't.
What's the strangest trick you ever had?
Some guy that wanted to
What?
he wanted to pay me for my I know, actually, see, I'd never attract these weirdos.
Yeah.
This girl was saying, I said, bullshit.
Yeah.
I said, that's bullshit. So where is this guy? And then she introduced me.
So he paid for it?
Yeah, well, first I would, I used to actually, after I came out here and I danced, and I never thought I would do that. That was actually therapy for me.
Okay, stripping?
Yeah, I was
Full nude or?
Nude, yeah.
Okay.
I was so messed up, I didn't realize how messed up I was because I had a really nice body because I was a gymnast, and but I was ashamed. I had so much shame that I would take my clothes off under the blankets, walk backwards. And that's really crazy, you know what I mean? My mother, I've never seen her naked, ever. And I seen her one time changing her bra, and she screamed like she was getting murdered, and I ran out. And then when I meet my father, he's there because his mother died, and then my brother's getting in all kinds of trouble, so my mother thinks it's time to send him with him. He lies and says that he owns a nightclub, but he really owns a swingers club.
You said your dad owned a swingers club?
Yeah, he's supposedly the biggest one in Hollywood. And
in LA?
Yeah.
He's alive still?
He died. His best friend and business partner was tag team champion Jerry Christie and the Cult Brothers, and he was married to Miss Canada of '69.
So your dad knew them?
Well, that was his best friend and business partner.
So he had a swingers club. Was your dad a swinger?
I guess. And he was a nudist too. He dropped me off. He
was a nudist?
He took me to the nudist of the first, the annual nudist, like the 30. Yeah. I went to the very first one.
How old were you?
13.
You went to a nudist colony.
My dad took me. He lied to me. He told me he was taking me to the beach.
Yeah. Were you ever married?
No.
Did you ever become a swinger? Mm-mm. Okay. It didn't influence you?
I mean, I've always, I have morbid, curiosity. Yeah. But I've never.
What's some of your morbid curiosities?
Oh, God, that's crazy. I was hooked on rotten.com. All kinds of morbid shit.
Are you interested? Does that fascinate you?
It's just like, I don't know. I just have a natural, I always have.
Have you had any morbid fascinations or fantasies?
I don't know. I was addicted to porn for a while.
You've been here since the late 80s. Mm-hmm. What's the difference between the people there and Vegas?
Oh God, the people here are f***ing fake. And I fell for all of it. I did. I bought all into it. The beautiful weather, the sky. There's no rust on the cars. There's no dead animals on the street. Everybody's so nice, but it's all an act. Yeah, and people, there's no loyalty here at all.
Has Vegas changed in the last 30 years, 35 years?
Yeah. I was never on the street, so now my whole life is limited to just people that are on the street.
On the street. Where were you staying before that?
I was staying in Nevada Ranch, a gated community.
What's your message to young people wanting to get into prostitution? And be honest.
If it's just, I think dirty money nothing becomes of it.
What about drugs? What's your message to young people wanting to get into drugs?
Don't
do it. What's drugs taken away from you?
Everything.
Everything? Your children?
In a sense, yeah.
How old are they?
My son is 37 and my daughter is 27.
You still talk to them?
Yeah.
What's your message to them?
I love them. And my son, I can't reach him, I don't know.
What if he's watching this? Maybe we can get you an email. Do you have an email or a Facebook?
I have a Facebook. Yeah.
Okay, what's your Facebook name?
Kellyanne Farmer.
Spell that?
KELLYANNE Farmer, FARMER.
Okay, on Facebook? Okay, yeah. And maybe we can get you an email set up today.
Okay.
And we'll put it in the description. if he sees this, what do you want to tell him?
That I wish that he would try to get clean.
Okay, he's struggling too.
Yeah, he's with his girl she's black, and it's just things are just so different. You know, it's a whole different. It's a culture. Everything changed. That he's more, you know, in tune with that. He relates more to that. I don't know.
His girlfriend is black.
Yeah.
And he relates more to that. Do you have an issue with his girlfriend being black, or do you think they're just different?
No, I don't. I don't trust her. I don't.
It's not because she's black. You just
you
don't trust her. Okay.
Right. I mean, I want it. I've tried to love her.
Yeah.
I really have. But what happened with my mother? They took my mother from me.
Yeah.
And I believed it. They told me that the authorities didn't want me around her, and I thought, oh my God, is it because of, you know? And they used her. I brought her out here and I told them what I was going to do. I told them I was bringing my mother out here. She was going to get me away from this guy that I've been living off of and becoming dependent on. And I was going to also go through some things with her that I thought was necessary for her, because I wanted her to go to heaven. And I found out a lot of things later that were just mind-blowing.
Don't take this the wrong way, but do you feel sometimes that your family's cursed, or your situation?
I feel like maybe I do, because my son is my only son, and besides my brother who died, is the only farmer. And I have a daughter, but she has her dad's name. My son doesn't have his father's name because I listened to my son's, my brother's girlfriends, and said that I didn't know where the father was, and he didn't have his name. And he has had 9 kids by 3 different people, and even when he married once, he did not give any of his kids his name. And I thought that was really interesting. And the only other person that could pass on the name, because my brother died, is the only son that he had, and he is gay and in prison. He's been in prison.
Your son?
No, my son, my nephew.
Let's go back to your son's girlfriend now. What is it about, you think she's trying to keep your son away from you?
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
But it's more than that. Well, they were giving me money to help my son go into the Samaritan house.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted him to stay there because he liked it. And he would go there, and then he would go spend the day with her, and she was still using. And I knew it was only a matter of time.
Yeah.
I was going out with this guy that was staying by the cartels, and I said, please don't rent anything. I said, I don't want to sit here every day being with you and watch him lose and destroy his life. And of course they let him in, and it was a house that had apartments behind it.
Is there a reason you're using drugs? Is it like a void you're trying to fill, or some other reason?
I'm not in a position where if I were to stop, I would sleep a lot, and I don't have that luxury right now.
Yeah. Have you ever had periods of sobriety?
I was in the program, and it was great.
Which program?
At the time, it was called WINNER, Women in New Recovery.
Oh yeah, how long were you sober?
A year. Sober, I'm talking like recovery. Yeah.
That's awesome. Were you working and stuff? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah? What made you, what caused you to slip?
Oh, this guy that I met at a Cocaine Anonymous dance.
Yeah. Cocaine Anonymous dance?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just so energetic, and I was attracted to his energy. He acted like he was on drugs, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
And he was loud, and he knew the Bible inside and out. And I really liked him, but I didn't, sleep with him or anything because I was in the program. Yeah. And then when I got my apartment, I was going to celebrate my year, and I had the cake, and I invited some admirable people like Billy Earl was someone I really admire. He started Cocaine Anonymous.
Okay.
Now I had a what do you call it? I had a commitment with a meeting that I took, which was on a Friday night, and it was most meetings are an hour. This was an hour and a half. It was a hospitality meeting. It was a chip meeting. people got up and spoke, and on my birthday it was a big deal, you know, because they see me every day, and it was the guy who I liked, Santos or Ramin. He came and he goes, "You're not going anywhere," and he had an 8-ball and 2 syringes, and I was like, "Get out of here!" And I didn't make it. I gave in.
And you slipped. All right. Do you plan on trying sobriety again?
Yeah.
Okay. You know the program AA?
Yeah. AA is what I was told to go.
Okay. Do you know where to go for help in Nevada if you wanted to get clean?
I think so.
I can give you.
I did. You know what? I went. They came. Shine the Light came to the desert, and they misled me and this guy that I've been with, that we were going to be going in there together, and it never happened. I mean, it was in detox, and they told us we had to get up and go, that we were going to go to separate places, and he didn't want to. He said, "Heck with this, we'll go to some other place," and we never did go to another place. But we gave all of our stuff away that we had accumulated. I know where to go, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to be placed anywhere.
Yeah. Where do you want to see yourself in 2 years?
Oh, I would like to see myself working in my own place.
What's the best concert you've been to?
I think I've only been to one concert.
Which one was that?
It was Robert Plant.
Well, what were you listening to in high school? In the 80s?
Joan Jett, Pat
Joan
Benatar,
Jett, yeah.
Led Zeppelin. All
right. You didn't go to any of those concerts back in the day?
No, I went and I paid for the tickets for me and my boyfriend to go to Billy Squier.
Yeah.
And we did some mescaline or acid, and we never made it. We made it there, but it was already almost over, you know.
Yeah.
Stupid.
What's one song you don't get sick of listening to?
Kid Rock, Only God Knows Why.
All right, that's a good one. What's your favorite dish?
I love lasagna. I love pizza.
Yeah.
I love food.
Okay.
Definitely.
What's going good for you in life?
That I'm still alive, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You feel blessed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sad about my mom. She passed away alone because of this bullshit COVID thing. And
she died from COVID?
No, she did not. No, but they had these rules for the elderly.
What do you mean BS COVID thing? What happened?
I watch Alex Jones, and I believe most of what he speaks on. And he was just sued for some odd $1 trillion, which is insane.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I believe the stuff that he says.
Yeah.
I really do. That's the stuff I watch on YouTube. That, or what's going on with, politics. I've never in my life cared about politics until I found how serious.
Well, before we let you go, what are you doing now? What's your plans for tonight?
I'm just gonna get a little bit of stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna gamble a couple of dollars. That's all I have.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to the hospital.
Okay. What are you doing at the hospital?
I've been putting it off. Yeah, I had a tube in my back.
Okay.
For kidney stones. Urine was passing through the tube.
Oh.
Got that taken out and got the kidney stones done, and that was so scary because I had to go on a breathing machine, and I don't have a full set of lungs. Oh. And that went okay, except for the fact that, they had put a stent in me, and they never did cure the urinary tract infection I had. So I didn't even understand how they did the surgery, but they did it. And I now have when it was over, I felt good for a couple of days, and then I just felt like the urinary tract infection never was gone. And come to find out that I have a bladder infection, and they can't remove the stent because if I have an infection, I can't remove it. And it is just so painful. I don't even have a desire for sex like I used to.
All right, when you work on the streets, were there men that you wouldn't date?
Yeah, I wouldn't date someone filthy, or I wouldn't date. Some certain times I wouldn't date black guys.
Okay.
Because
why is that?
The reason why I say that I don't say because I have dated some black guys. It's not that I won't date them, period. But some of them, if they're too thug, I won't. If if they look like they're going to be huge, I won't, because I'm in pain anyway, and I really, for the most part, don't really do.
How do you know if they're going to be huge? You said they're going to be.
Yeah,
huge.
you look at their hands and
okay.
their feet, or you can listen to their talk and how they're, and they.
Well, yeah, this is interesting because I study. I mean, I love studying the mind. You're saying that you can tell when someone's endowed by the way they talk. Okay.
Well, usually they'll let you know.
Oh, that's like. Okay.
They'll let you know. Yeah. Or
how does that come up? Like what they just say?
well, I remember how they would be grabbing their.
Yeah.
That, or they'll just start talking dirty, and you can tell.
Oh, okay.
But then again, there's been some that'll say, and I've said, and I almost wanted to laugh at the one, because I went out with him and I was in a relationship, but he used to say that he was going to take his big dick.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, where? not you.
So you've dated a black guy too?
I've been with one in a relationship,
Okay.
black guy, but he was half black.
Okay.
His mother was black and his father was Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Northtown cops killed his.
You ever dated anyone else, like a Middle Eastern guy or Hispanic guy?
Yeah.
Have you?
My
Who's the
daughter-
best relationship you had?
I
with
think maybe it was my daughter's father,
daughter's father?
Sam.
Is he a good man?
It's great.
Any men in your life that you look up to? That were good men, honorable men?
They're dead.
Huh?
They're dead.
They're dead? Who were they?
Well, Sam was one. Another guy, Jerry. But I looked up to them in one way, but not. I wouldn't necessarily look up to them like I would want to be their wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why?
We were talking before, you were talking about your experiences with ghosts. Can you get into that?
I was my cousin Christy, I believe. She used to her hobby. She had a Volkswagen on Long Island, and she used to do gravestone etchings. And she took me because I was staying with her for a while, and at my aunt's. And when we went and we did them, I remember I was like real happy about the one I did. It was this guy Lloyd, and it was old. And I remember when I opened it up and took it home, and my brother's friends were there, and my brothers. As soon as I opened it up, the power went out. It was like, and then they were, oh my God, they were talking about the William Floyd estate. He's someone that signed the Declaration of Independence. His estate is intact, like where you can go and view it like a museum. And they have it's wild. I mean, they have the graveyard for the people that in the family. Then they have the graveyard for the slaves. We went to the graveyard of the slaves. We took our dog, and as soon as we got there, the dog just ran in circles around the graveyard.
Yeah.
It was normal everywhere else.
And the dog ran in circles.
Is that crazy? It was crazy, yeah.
Were you guys high or no?
No, I wasn't. No.
The dogs ran in circles, and then what happened? You guys freaked out?
It was just freaking me out. It was like, oh my
Yeah.
God,
Okay.
And then I met a girl, Anne, in high school, and she had been somebody that was in tune and had, I guess, an imaginary friend when she was little. And her mother seen the thing, and she was in black magic, and I just started to get into it, and I stopped. I just got really scared. I was really scared because I would feel things. I think I was suffering from what I now believe. It took years of me never going to a doctor or anything, but I've come to find that what it was sleep paralysis. That really was, and I've always had the same nightmare, it was as a kid. I could never see it. It was just a feeling that I would get, and it was always when I was laying on my back, and I would get this feeling.
So you were telling me also experiences with aliens?
Yeah, well, I have it, but my brother and this guy, Santos, saw a ship land over there in by Sunrise.
What is that? What is over the Summerlin, or is that Henderson?
By Sunrise Mountain.
Okay.
And he has so many stories. God, you would really want to interview him.
Yeah.
He is unbelievable, unbelievable.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're back in beautiful Sin City with Debbie. How you doing?
Great, thank you.
I was driving around and I saw this very interesting lady twice, and I tried to hunt her down, but I couldn't find her. So it took me about 20 minutes to locate her inside a liquor store here. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right, Debbie, how old are you?
58.
58, and
59 next month.
yeah. Do you give us permission to use this video on our YouTube channel?
Yes, although I'm embarrassed, but yes.
All right, Debbie. How long have you lived in Vegas?
About 9 years now.
9 years. What brought you here?
It was warmer than Denver.
Denver.
Yeah, I like Denver.
Yeah, I used to live in Aurora for a while.
Yeah.
It's cold out there, huh?
Oh, yeah.
But beautiful. Did you ever go to this restaurant called Casa Bonita?
No,
You never heard of it?
no. But I love 16th Street Mall.
What kind of drugs are you struggling with currently, or using?
I love my weed.
Weed? Okay.
Booze is hard.
Booze?
Yeah.
You think you're an alcoholic?
Oh, I know I am.
Okay. Do you do any fentanyl or heroin or
No, I
anything
hate
like that?
fentanyl, man.
Okay.
I don't do heroin, I don't do black.
Yeah.
Meth.
Okay. Why do you hate fentanyl? Well, we all should hate
Because
it.
people are ODing on that crap.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's bullshit. You know what I mean? And they don't even know it's coming their way.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about that.
All right. So you're currently homeless, right?
Yeah.
How long have you been homeless?
Believe it or not, after I paid my rent, I got kicked out a week ago. My best
Oh,
friend
yeah?
kicked me out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Is it dangerous out here?
Yeah, if you don't know
Downtown?
what you're doing. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Even in the daylight, you gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah. You have people here to protect you or watch you?
No,
No.
no. I'm a loner.
You fend for yourself?
Yeah.
Are you in a relationship?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Let's take it back to the beginning, my friend. Where were you born?
Illinois.
All right. What part?
By Chicago, in a little small town. Provincetown. Oh, God, I hope you guys never see this.
What was it like growing up there?
Boring.
What'd you do for fun?
Float down the river.
Which
Tubing
river
down
was?
the river.
Which river was that?
Rock River.
Okay.
And the Mississippi.
What were you listening to?
Oh, back then, all the glam bands. I've seen Def Leppard twice. I've seen Kiss with and without their makeup. We used to go out to a compound bridge, we called it, and drink.
Yeah.
That was our excitement. Boring.
What's the craziest thing you did out there?
This was stupid, but we walked through like 6 feet of snow to go in the back of a park and drink a 12-pack of Budweiser in the outhouse.
Wow.
That's not even really crazy, but yeah. I hitchhiked to Arkansas when I was 18, tripping on acid.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Were you one of those people that followed bands around?
No.
No, okay.
Nah, I've always been independent on that. But I've gotten high with Head East.
Who's that?
It was a group back in the 80s.
Okay.
They were really popular.
Head East?
Head East.
What were you like in high school?
Bored?
Or were you popular?
No. No, we had, going into 8th grade, I discovered weed. And there was like 4 of us in 8th grade that we kind of like girls, we hung together.
Yeah.
And by then, freshman year, it was fun.
Yeah.
I grew up right by the high school, okay? It was my backyard. I was that close, from here to that corner to the high school.
Okay.
And this is a small town of like 2,000 people.
Debbie, did you graduate?
No.
No? Okay. Did you get married after high school or
And during school.
during high school? All right. How old were you?
When I got 17,
Oh, in those days you can get married?
I don't even count that one.
Yeah.
At
Who,
17, you don't know what you're doing.
who raised you? You both parents or one
My
parent?
brother David.
What was your parents?
They worked at General Electric full time.
Oh, they're working full time.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was no supervision really. Your brother was probably smoking weed with you. Okay.
He's my protector.
You still talk to? Are you still close to your brother? Or?
He committed suicide a few years back.
So sorry. Was he using?
He OD'd.
Oh, I'm so
Rather
sorry.
than be homeless, he chose that way out.
Hey, Davey, how do you survive out here?
God's good grace. You can't give up out here. You can never give up. I hate to say it, but don't trust everybody that you meet.
What do you How do you get money?
You try to make yourself look. Cute, so then you'll get something. Not
Oh, so people
really.
you panhandle?
I don't play a sign.
Okay.
I don't ask for anything,
Yeah.
but it's just about. I don't like the fly sign because it makes you feel degraded.
Okay. Have you ever done dates out here?
No,
No, never?
no.
Okay, what kept you away from that?
The morals,
Okay.
the way I was raised.
Were you raised religious?
No,
No, okay.
just
Do you believe in God?
yes, totally. I talk to him every day.
That's awesome. What
Yeah.
do you talk to him about?
Actually, I'm thanking him first. You gotta have an attitude of gratitude because if you don't, everything is gonna go wrong no matter where you go. And wow, this is so crazy. Like I could tell my friends this earlier today, but saying it now, I always wanted some good advice, right? Don't let people dictate to you how you feel. This is a rough world. But try to give the positives to people. Don't go out and cut somebody down and make their day worse, okay? Right? Try to build them up.
Great
And try to be
advice.
polite. I'm actually learning this. I'm trying to live by it. I've always felt it. But a little bit, man, 1 second can change somebody's life.
Great advice. What are you grateful for in this life?
Food. I know, right? I eat all the time. Air.
Hey, Debbie, let me ask you something. Have you ever been sober for a long period of time? When was that?
When I was in Nebraska.
How old were you?
It's been almost 15 years ago.
Okay. How long were you sober for?
How long? 3 months.
All right. How did you get sober?
I went to an outpatient program, court ordered. They thought I was crazy, which I'm not. Alcoholics is not crazy, we just hurt.
Yeah.
And I had a counselor that said, "What are you so angry for?"
Yeah.
He goes, "You got food, you got water, you got a bed to sleep in at night." And he took the time to listen to me and he cut to the quick.
Okay. How long were you sober for when you went in?
90 days.
90.
100
Okay. Well, that's the longest period of sobriety you've had in what?
without being in jail.
Well, in 40 years or so? Longest period of
Long
sobriety?
time, yeah.
You've been homeless on and off for a long time.
Yeah.
All right. Would you give recovery another shot, or are you just happy?
I'm
the
not
way-
happy.
Yeah.
No. All right, on a serious note, no, I'm not happy.
Okay.
Would I give it another shot? No. I've had too many of them.
It's never too late. You're always
That is
welcome.
true.
You're always welcome to NA. Have you ever tried NA?
No.
AA?
Yeah.
You've tried AA?
Yeah.
Doors are always open.
I know, right? The hardest thing that I'm doing is trying to keep my mind where it doesn't go blah, like pudding, by making myself continue a thought through, so it doesn't get mushy and stuff like that. But I know about AA.
Yeah.
I learned that when I was 18.
Yeah. You never tried it?
I did it. I've been in like 40 rehabs,
Okay.
truthfully.
You think you've hit rock bottom?
Not yet. Well, every time I think I've hit it,
Yeah.
it seems like it's always there waiting for me.
You have any kids?
Yeah,
How many?
2.
You still talk to them?
When I got divorced from their father, I gave him custody because I gave him the house and everything.
Yeah.
They found me when I wasn't waking and I was sober, and I haven't talked to him in years. He actually changed his name.
What if they see this video? What's your message to them?
But I'm sorry, and I never gave up. And if I hurt them in any way, I'll never see them this way.
What if they want to help you? How could someone help you? Either them or somebody else want to help you? What do you need right now?
I don't know. I'm on the streets, man. I have nothing. I feel sorry for me. That's the main thing. I don't want pity.
You don't want pity.
I do not want pity.
How long ago did you say you had a house
Um,
or a place to live?
my own,
Yeah.
a long time, years. I can still cook though.
You can cook? Is
Yeah, I'm a
what's
good-
your talents?
That's it. My
Cooking.
philosophy is this: find something that you're good at
Yeah.
and make it the best you can do instead of trying to be good at everything because it just don't work. You know?
So Debbie, you're a very charming person. You're sweet. People are going to watch this and going to feel your story. What if someone wanted to help you? How can they get a hold of you? Do you have an email address you can share with us?
Yeah, ddeborah455@gmail.com.
All right. Do you have an Instagram or Facebook?
No.
Okay.
I don't like being on the social network, so this is surprising. And by the way, I love animals. I'm an animal
That was my next
activist.
question. What's your favorite animal?
Cat.
Yeah.
Any. I petted a lizard last year.
You what?
I petted a lizard last summer.
Where?
The guy had it down at the bank.
Yeah.
It was a place where we sit in the daytime.
Yeah. What kind of lizard was it?
It was an orange one.
Huh?
It was orange.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No. Komodo dragon. I'm sorry.
It was a Komodo dragon?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said lizard. That's why my grandma used to call
monitor.
it. That's why my grandma used to call my guinea pig a rat. So forgive me on that one.
All right.
It was cool.
What's your most cherished memory in life?
I thought I saw the Easter Bunny one year.
You what?
I thought I saw the Easter Bunny because I was I was a sweet freak growing up, right? I used to hide candy under my pillow.
Yeah.
And I thought I saw the Easter Bunny. So I go downstairs, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what time in the morning. And I hide behind the door between the upstairs and the downstairs, and my dad comes out of the bathroom. And I was getting chills because I opened the door. I said, Dad, I saw the Easter Bunny. Yeah, candy was a big treat back then.
Where would you like to see yourself in 2 years?
At peace, because I don't think I've fulfilled my purpose yet.
What's
I
your
think-
purpose?
I think it's to be out here and helping people somehow. I have an idea about cleaning up the city.
How?
Check this out.
What's your idea?
I give people that are the litterers, the homeless, they think, and they usually are,
Yeah.
give them a paper bag. For every time they bring it in to a certain point, give them a couple cigarettes, give them something they can use.
Yeah.
It cleans up the streets and it gives them a reason to do something.
What gives your life meaning, Debbie?
Feeling useful.
Feeling useful? What
Yeah.
what brings you joy?
I do get joy out of making others feel better.
You're a great person. If you could teach something, what would you teach?
Wow, I would definitely teach the basics about being on the street, but I would teach, if I could give somebody a gift of anything, it'd be compassion, empathy, not like feel sorry for me,
Yeah.
understand me. A lot of people walk by and look at the people on the streets and they don't even have a clue what we think or what we feel because we're just like litter to them. I've experienced that a lot.
What accomplishments are you proud of, Debbie?
That I'm here today doing this.
Awesome. What message do you have for people that are wanting to get into drugs?
Don't try it because you probably will like it.
Especially if you have an addictive personality, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man, honestly, don't. I mean, it may be tempting and all that.
Yeah.
This to my heart, don't. Find, you know what, when you got that, go find something you can get adrenaline rush from.
Yeah.
Like jump off a building with a parachute, not jump off. Oh, that doesn't sound right.
That's a great idea. With a parachute, yeah.
Yeah, with a parachute.
That's a great idea.
Oh, if you want to do drugs, then don't wear one because you're going to land there anyway eventually.
Deep, deep.
Very. And that's another thing if you do drugs.
What's
You
a
can land
problem?
in a hole.
What's a problem you'd like to solve, Debbie? In this world?
Communication. Communication. Oh, in the world, communication could be between countries, people. I would like to do something that can make people feel useful. I think if you don't have a reason to wake up in the morning, you don't have something to do, blah, what do you do then? You sit there and you do nothing. And it's so easy to get in a rut like that. That's why I said those garbage bags, as stupid as it sounds, you clean up a city, plus you're giving them a reason to get up.
That's a great idea, Debbie.
I like it too.
What do you want people to know about you?
What you see is what you get.
Okay.
I may act stupid, but I'm not.
Are you a romantic person?
Yes,
Are you?
yes.
What's the most romantic thing you ever done for anybody?
Oh, geez, there's a lot. Flowers, I've sent flowers,
Send flowers? Okay.
special meals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. but
Who's your high school crush? Celebrity?
Oh, celebrity?
who you crushing
oh,
on?
wait, back in the day?
Yeah, way back in the day.
Oh, wait, let me think on this one. Oh, Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi?
Yeah. All those 80 hair bands back
Oh
then.
yeah, so you're into rockers.
Yeah.
What was your
pre-hair
favorite
bands.
TV shows? What about some of your favorite sitcoms?
I love Saturday Night Live, the old ones.
The old ones.
Yeah. Oh, Married with Children.
That was a good
I
one.
was
Oh,
married-
Chicago, based in Chicago.
Yeah.
Polk
and I'm
High.
from there. I'm from there. I used to go to the Shedd Aquarium and all that kind of stuff with my dad.
The which one?
Shedd
Shedd
Aquarium,
Aquarium. I
Museum of
wanted-
Science and Industry. Chicago is cool.
I was wanting to go there because they had a bunch of piranhas in there.
Oh, they do too.
Yeah.
You know, in all honesty, man, if I could give out one wish to people, it's like, even follow your gut is the biggest one. Follow your gut. If it don't feel right, don't do it.
Hey, Debbie, what's a special skill that you have?
Avoiding the issues and dodging the questions.
Huh?
Now, I can talk to people
Okay, you're a people
on the
person.
street. Well,
Yeah?
on the street, you know, try to help build them up.
Debbie, what animal are you?
A Black Panther.
Why is that?
Because they're sleek and they're a cat
Yeah.
and they're cool.
And they're cool.
They're sophisticated.
Yeah.
I've got a tattoo of a Black Panther too.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's cool. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Well, thank you so much, Debbie, for this interview. Do you have any questions for me before I let you go?
No, can I say this? I
Yeah.
hope he ends this because I probably sound like an idiot. The bottom line is, it's not easy being out here.
Keep
you
going.
gotta keep your dang head up high, man, and don't be stupid. And if you can, don't be out here. It's not fun. It's not glamorous. It's really hard work.
Just say no, right, Debbie?
That's right. No, I say no. I say hell no.
Hell no.
Honestly, don't.
Hell no. All right, Debbie.
I know that was not good. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about? You did amazing.
I am so embarrassed because I can talk to them with no problem, right?
Yeah.
And I make sense to them, but I'm like
You
this.
made a lot of sense. Watch.
Yeah,
I
so
guarantee you,
stupid.
you're going to get a lot of people that love you.
No. Man, I swear though, man, I would do anything to help them out.
I know you would. Thank you, Debbie.